other things. The plan would require districts with more than 30,000 residents to hold school 5 days a week unless a majority of the district's voters back a shortened week. It would also up the minimum teacher salary to $40,000 a year, according to Republican State Rep Phil Cristofanelli.
They're going to have more resources to work with in order to prioritize teacher pay. But we're also going to create in statute a grant fund that the legislature can put general revenue dollars into in order to shore up school districts that are struggling to meet that teacher pay floor.
The estimated price tag of the entire package is more than $450 million a year. Prosecutors in Kansas City plan to seek the death penalty against the Independence man charged with killing a Jackson County court worker and a police officer. 69-year-old Larry Acree is charged with first-degree murder and armed criminal action in the deaths of court worker Drexel Mack and Independence police officer Cody Allen. Prosecutor Gene Peters Baker said that because of, quote, criminal aggravating circumstances that the state will prove, her office will seek the death penalty. House Speaker Dean Plocher is touring Missouri to thank area legislators for their work during the session and to discuss this year's accomplishments. During a visit to St. Joseph on Tuesday, Plocher, a Republican, brushed aside a quip by the top Democrat in the House that the session was good for Democrats.
We really protected immigrants, illegal immigration, by sending our troops to the border. I would disagree with Mayor Quentin Lucas that Kansas City should be a sanctuary city. We defunded the sanctuary cities. We passed a transformative education choice bill. That's, again, a conservative measure, but I'm glad the Democrats are happy with that.
He also says the budget that was passed was fairly conservative, a budget that's $1.2 billion less than last year. Plocher is also running for Missouri's Secretary of State. This is Missouri Net.
Everyone has a community, a neighborhood, school, kids' teams, where you worship, work out, or any other place or group where you choose to belong. Communities can provide support when you need it, and even when you don't know you do. Like when it comes to preventing underage drinking and other substance use. Community members can be your eyes and ears when you're not with your kids and alert you to signs of potential problems. Learn more at talktheyhearyou.samhsa.gov.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with an SPF of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
A Clay County man has been arrested and charged with attempted voluntary manslaughter. Anthony Morbith explains.
In the video, 41-year-old Christopher Crownover reportedly told a woman to stab herself, suggesting she use a bigger knife than the one she held in her hand. According to the Clay County Sheriff's Office, he told her where to insert the knife so she would die quickly based on what he had seen in a movie. When she fell to the ground, the video showed him checking to make sure she did it while not attempting to render aid. Luckily, she survived. Crownover is reportedly the first person in the state of Missouri to be charged with helping another in the commission or the attempted commission of self-murder.
A man from eastern Missouri's Jefferson County has been sentenced to 40 years in prison for recording his sexual abuse of a minor. 36-year-old Matthew Gamble sexually abused the victim and recorded it on at least 4 occasions, according to a guilty plea. The victim was under 14 years old at the time. He was also in possession of more than 1,700 files containing lewd material. This is Missouri Net.
I think you love that car more than you love me.
How can you say that?
You hand wash it, you hand wax it, you listen to the same music.
Pure coincidence.
I just hope your insurance company feels the same way about it as you do.
I'm one happy camper.
Shelter Insurance has great agents who are nuts about cars. We're competitively priced, and our claims people are fast, fair, and friendly. Ask your agent about Shelter's auto insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Brian Martin. The Bank of Salem has an important notice for their drive-through customers. The drive-through hours will be as follows: Monday through Thursday from 7:30 a.m. until 5:30 p.m., Friday 7:30 a.m. until 6 p.m., and on Saturday 8 a.m. until noon. The Bank of Salem lobby hours will remain 8:30 a.m. until 3 at the main bank, and at the drive-in location 8:30 until 4:30, Monday through Friday. The ATM is available 24/7 at both locations. The Bank of Salem, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
At KSMO Radio, let's take a look at that Salem Nutrition Center's menu for today. they will be serving up for you on this Thursday morning beef soft tacos with fixins. Like that. Tortilla shells, refried beans, cinnamon pears, and milk. That'll be served today for lunch at the Salem Nutrition site, located inside the Salem Senior Center, 604 North McGrath Lane. Don't forget, the soup and salad bar begins at 10:30. Lunch starts at 11, goes to 12:30. Suggested contribution, if you're 60 and above, $5. If you're under the age of 60, $7. And don't forget, it's always a great meal, and anybody, any age, can attend the Salem Nutrition site. Where today, they're going to have beef soft tacos with fixins, tortilla shells, refried beans, cinnamon pears, and milk. And don't forget that the menu can change without notice. Every weekday, we bring you that Salem Nutrition Center menu as a courtesy of KSMO Radio. Stick around. We have coming up next AP News and then sports from the Missouri Net right here at KSMO Salem.
Intercounty Electric brings you this energy tip. Even if you've turned off the television, computer, and other power vampires, those power strips are still sucking you dry. The same goes for rechargers, which may seem benign when not hooked up to your cell phone, but the fact is, they're still drawing electricity when not in use. So flip the switch. This energy tip is a courtesy of Intercounty Electric, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
It's a mystery where Old Spice finds its amazing scents like Himalayan sea salt, but I'm thrilled they have because no other body wash exfoliates and moisturizes 24/7 like Old Spice Gentleman's Himalayan sea salt body wash. Now, if only there was a mountain range separating the Indian subcontinent from the Tibetan plateau where I could hide my Old Spice and keep my family from stealing it, my impossibly smooth skin will finally be safe.
No one plays more music. KSMO Salem.
This is AP News. I'm Rita Foley. Protesters packed up their belongings and left a pro-Palestinian encampment at Drexel University in Philadelphia this morning after the school said it would ask police to clear the encampment. In Washington, House Republicans will hear today from the leaders of some universities after calling them to testify about pro-Palestinian protesters. The AP's Donna Warder.
Scheduled to testify today at a hearing by the House Committee on Education and the Workforce are heads of Northwestern University, Rutgers, and University of California, Los Angeles. Lawmakers want to hear about the concessions that schools gave to pro-Palestinian protesters to end demonstrations and clear their encampments on their campuses, as well as allegations of anti-Semitism. Tensions over the Israel-Hamas war have been high on campuses since the fall, and spiked in recent weeks with some 3,000 arrests nationwide. Donna Warder, Washington.
Are you traveling for the holiday weekend? About 44 million of us are, says the AAA, most of us by car. Spokeswoman Aixa Diaz.
Air travel is also very popular right now. 3.5 million people is our projection for the Memorial Day weekend. So airports are going to be as packed as they've been. I mean, they'll be more packed than we've seen it in 20 years.
But depending upon where you're going, the weather may not be so good. There could be more tornadoes. Forecasters say there'll be thunderstorms from Texas to the Dakotas and Minnesota. High winds, flash flooding, and hail. At least 9 people died in Mexico, Nuevo Leon, when a stage collapsed during a campaign rally. At least 63 injured. A wind gust knocked the stage down. Video shows people screaming and running. Former President Trump is campaigning in the South Bronx in New York today, one of the most Democratic counties in the nation, trying to woo minority voters. This is AP News. Mexico's had drought and now a heat wave. The AP's Ben Thomas.
Howler monkeys roar like a ferocious lion. But in Mexico these days, it's so hot they've been falling from trees. Wildlife biologist Gilberto Pozo says many in critical condition, unconscious, lethargic, and with signs of severe dehydration. And some of them dead, at least 138 in the past week. It comes amid a heat wave that's had about 85% of the country seeing highs well above 100 degrees Fahrenheit and a third topping 113. At the same time, drought has left 80% of Mexico's dams less than half full, many below 20% capacity. Mexico City's been forced to reduce water supplies, and many are unhappy, even police joining protests blocking the streets. I'm Ben Thomas.
And I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
Have you seen Townscreen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at the Salem Community Center at the Armory, Aranda's Mexican Restaurant, and Taxmasters, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Townscreen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained. Townscreen in Salem.
This spotlight on soybeans is brought to you by Missouri soybean farmers and their checkoff. Missouri Soybeans Outreach Director Bailey Asbury says Missouri soybean growers will talk about farming to Cardinal fans at Busch Stadium on June 28th.
We'll be able to engage one-on-one and share information on not only the ag industry but soybeans, and be able to network directly with our St. Louis consumers on how Missouri soybean farmers are operating, and really be able to share our story with a non-traditional audience.
Asbury says the cards game pairing is important to help maintain that connection of farming and food.
Being able to take our farmers from rural Missouri and match them with an urban audience gives us the ability to talk with not only kids about where their food comes from, but also with those parents, and making sure that they know how safe our food and our crop production is here in the state, where those consumers no longer think their food just comes from the grocery store.
Learn more at mosoy.org from Missouri soybean farmers and their checkoff.
Missouri Net Sports is brought to you by the Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety. Remember, large trucks and buses need more room to maneuver, so respect the load and share the road. This message brought to you by Show Me Zero.
Missouri Net Sports, I'm Bill Pollock. The Royals are on a roll. They've won 6 straight after they took care of the Tigers yesterday, 8-3. Cole Reagan struck out 12, had a no-hitter into the 6th inning as the Royals improved to 32-19. They sit in second in the AL Central. They've got an off day. They'll play at Tampa on Friday. The Cardinals took 2 from the Orioles to earn their first sweep of the season. In that rain-suspended game, Nolan Gorman hit a 2-run homer. The Cardinals won 3-1. And then they were down 3-0 and rallied for a 5-4 win. Mason Wynn hit his second homer of the season, as the Cardinals have won 8 of their last 10.
We're going out there every day. It's a different mindset. It feels like, how are we going to win this? Finding new ways to win every day, and it's been pretty cool to see.
Cardinals have gotten to 23-26. They are 5 games out of first place. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes backing up his teammate Harrison Butker, who gave a commencement speech earlier this month.
There's certain things that he said that I don't necessarily agree with, but I understand the person that he is, and he's trying to do whatever he can to lead people in the right direction, and that might not be the same values as I have, but at the same time, I'm going to judge him by the character that he shows every single day. That's a great person.
Andy Reid trying to put these distractions aside as they wrap up their 3-day OTAs. Rashee Rice had his off-field legal issues. 2 offensive linemen also busted for marijuana.
Yeah, listen, we don't want those things obviously to happen, but things do happen and you work through it. It's important that you learn from it and that you end it.
Eli Drinkwitz finding some much-needed depth on defense. The Mizzou Tigers getting former South Alabama linebacker Khalil Jacobs. He had 56 tackles, 3 sacks, an interception, 3 forced fumbles last season. Central Methodist Softball opens up NAIA World Series play tonight. They're 52-5. Bill Pollock, Missouri Net Sports.
Hey, you. Yes, you. We've got something important to share because we believe everyone deserves support. 988 is for you. Whether you're dealing with thoughts of suicide, facing a serious crisis, or if you just need someone to talk to. It's not just a lifeline, it's your lifeline. Call, text, or chat 988 because everyone deserves support and you are not alone. Brought to you by the Missouri Department of Mental Health.
1 in 7 Missouri children is food insecure, not knowing where their next meal may come from. Drive to Feed Kids is a year-round effort of Missouri farmers, agribusinesses, and farm groups to address food insecurity in our state. Through meal packing events, gifted food products, hog processing, and monetary donations, the ag community provides support to the agencies serving our most vulnerable citizens. Visit mofarmerscare.com/drive to learn more.
It's a mystery where Old Spice finds its amazing scents like Himalayan sea salt, but I'm thrilled they have because no other body wash exfoliates and moisturizes 24/7 like Old Spice Gentleman's Himalayan sea salt body wash. Now, if only there was a mountain range separating the Indian subcontinent from the Tibetan plateau where I could hide my Old Spice and keep my family from stealing it, my impossibly smooth skin will finally be safe.
Farming can be stressful at times. Resources are available for those struggling. It's important to break the stigma around mental health challenges and encourage those struggling to seek professional help. The American Soybean Association supports Rural Minds, a leading nonprofit focused on improving mental health in rural communities. ASA and the United Soybean Board are dedicated to efforts that aid farmers in getting the tools they need for managing stress. Visit soygrowers.com, ruralminds.org, or search #SoyHelp.
Hey, it's Fitz from the Country Top 40 Countdown, and Mr. American Idol Luke Bryan is going to be hanging out with me this weekend, and we're going to be chatting about personnel changes.
She probably had to make a decision several months out to get in front of her plans.
Well, you and I are going to find out together this weekend. We'll see you for all the hits on the Country Top 40 with Fitz right here.
Do you have drainage issues at your home or business? Ignoring them only makes the problem worse. Give Titan Paving and Drainage a call. Let Don Mutz come on out and assess the best way to alleviate the problem. Pooled water in the long term can damage asphalt and concrete, while standing water around your home can lead to soil erosion, as well as unstable or structural damage to a foundation, porch, or patio. Call Titan today to find the right drainage solution for your property at 453-6462 or 453-6379.
Agribusiness news. I'm Brownfield. Add bushels to your crop this summer with Full Scale from Helena. Learn more on the Field Link podcast or ask your Helena representative. The CEO of Cattle Facts says it will take more time before the U.S. cattle herd is in expansion mode. Brownfield's Kara Hart has more from the U.S. Meat Export Federation's spring conference.
Randy Block says the first step is for herd liquidation to slow, and there's a few early signs that's happening.
We are at a stable place relative to heifer retention. We're not really in full-fledged expansion mode yet, but we've quit liquidating. On the cow side, we've gone through about a 12-13% drop in non-fed slaughter. We're starting to see that slow down significantly.
Block says two other signs that indicate herd expansion include profitability and green grass.
The drought monitor index look as good today across the U.S. as they have in quite some time, but unfortunately all the forecasts are by fall we're going to be back into a La Nina, a drying weather pattern with more heat.
I'm Kara Hart for Brownfield.
A professor of soybean pathology points to rotation as the key to managing soybean cyst nematode. Brownfield's Mark Dornkamp has more from BASF's Agricultural Solutions Campus.
Horacio Lopez Nicora with Ohio State University says when it comes to SCN management,
rotate, rotate, rotate.
He tells Brownfield farmers should rotate to a non-host crop like corn, rotate soybean varieties.
Do not feed these pathogens with the same genetic material.
And rotate sources of resistance.
PI 88788 is the most commonly available source of resistance to the nematode. Unfortunately, the nematode has adapted and reproduced on this source of resistance. We need to use others.
Mark Dorenkamp, Brownfield.
Some farmer organizations are teaming up to push for checkoff program reforms. Brownfield's Larry Lee reports.
It's the Enough is Enough tour, and members from Farmers Union and Farm Action would like to see some changes in commodity checkoff programs. Darren Von Ruden is the president of Wisconsin Farmers Union. He says the checkoffs have changed since the early days of promoting surplus products.
The intent of those dollars originally went into those advertisements and research, but there's some programs that are coming under a little bit of scrutiny.
Von Ruden says the sponsoring organizations support the Opportunities for Fairness in Farming Act, or OFF Act.
Try to put some teeth in the system to make sure there's accountability that the farmers' dollars are actually being spent on promotion and research the way they're supposed to be.
Von Ruden is hoping the OFF Act can get attached to the Farm Bill. I'm Larry Lee, Brownfield Ag News.
More than 200,000 children in Missouri struggle with hunger. Help us get Missouri food products on the plate of hungry Missouri children by joining the Drive to Feed Kids. I'm Nicole Haslip with Brownfield.
Can you imagine what it must be like to have nowhere to turn as a young teen? This happens when parents struggle with addiction, may be incarcerated, or unable to care for their child. And it's devastating. Halo is the foundation of a family for children without one, surrounding them with support, meeting their basic needs, and helping them set and reach their goals. With your support, homeless youth are given a chance at a better life. Go to haloworldwide.org today.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
This summer is all about drinks from McDonald's, like iced coffee on my morning hike, frozen Dr. Pepper, frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, or frozen Coke by the pool, or a classic Coke under the stars. Get any size iced coffee for $2.69, any size frozen drink for $2.19, or a large soft drink for $1.69. There are drinks, then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola and Fanta, registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company. Dr. Pepper is a registered trademark of Dr. Pepper 7-Up, Inc.
Brownfield has a rich history of providing livestock market information farmers and ranchers want and need. Brownfield's weekly livestock market update features livestock market analysis and discussion on relevant topics pertaining to cattle, hogs, and poultry. Viewers can tune in every Friday to watch the weekly update or sign up for Brownfield's weekly livestock market update e-newsletter delivered on Saturday mornings. Learn more at brownfieldagnews.com.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
It's Clean Car Month at K&H Auto Supply. You'll find Stoner Invisible Glass Cleaner, 2 for $11. Turtle Wax Hybrid Solutions for $15.99. And Rain-X Interior Glass Anti-Fog for $6.99. Stop by today at K&H Auto Supply, your Parts City Auto Parts store here in Salem.
Parts City. Yeah, Parts City. Parts City.
Forecast brought to you as a courtesy of Titan Paving and Drainage. Still calls for a slight chance of some rain this morning. Otherwise, by this afternoon, we should be partly sunny and a high by 79. We will have slight chance of some rain in the evening, partly cloudy otherwise, low of 63 with southerly winds. Tomorrow, look for showers to return, possibly some thunder showers. We'll have partly sunny skies by late afternoon and a high near 80. With southerly winds 5 to 15, gusting to 25. Chance of rain tomorrow becomes 70%. Tomorrow night, a 3 in 10 chance of lingering showers, partly cloudy, low of 57. Beautiful day on Saturday with a sunshine. We'll have a high of 82 with a north breeze in the morning, moving to the south by the afternoon. Saturday night, we'll have a chance of showers rolling in, but probably not till after midnight. Cloudy, low of 62. That chance of rain, 70%. And on Sunday, a 60% chance of some rain early. Then we could have some sunshine throughout most of the day before more rain rolls in Sunday night. At the KSMO studios right now, we have clouds and 64 degrees. We do have winds out of the east at 6 miles an hour, 95% relative humidity. Pressure now rising at 29.90 inches with nothing but those gray skies up above and ahead in the forecast for a while. But we don't see any rain. Don't see a thing out there as of right now as far as any kind of major rain. Every now and then I see a little blip on the radar, but it is very scarce, and so I don't think we're going to see too much of anything most of the day today, but I won't rule out a real quick little light sprinkle or a drop or two here and there. That could definitely happen. Now look at weather, brought to you by Titan Paving and Drainage. Remember, if you're getting ready to build a home, you want to make sure that that water is not going to be an issue around your foundation or your sidewalks or your driveways. Get in touch with Don Mutz at Titan Paving and Drainage. They can properly grade your property, reroute that water away from your home, away from those driveways, away from those sidewalks, so that you'll have no damage to those areas or very little damage to those areas left from residual water. And that's where a lot of the damages come from, because you got water sitting around those sidewalks, etc. The freezing and heating of that water, the expansion, the contraction, all that. And all of a sudden you have a pop here, a rise there, or maybe even it undermines your concrete. That's not a good thing either. Get in touch with Don Mutz at 453-6379 or 453-6462. Here, KSMO Radio 835, and no ball game today. We are sports free today. A lot of great music for you throughout the day and information. So keep it right here on KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. Do want to tell you that Country Mart today, get ready for your Memorial Day grilling. Oh, yeah. Best choice are Ozark Hearth hamburger or hot dog buns, those 8-count packages. $9. You can also save on your Vlasic pickles or relish for your burgers or dogs. Get 2 jars, $5. And while you're doing some grilling, you might want to try that Florida bicolor 4-count corn. Oh, good stuff. $3.88 each. And don't forget, you got to put some on those hot dog buns. How about some Johnsonville brats? A 19-ounce size for $4.99. Check that out. All these great values are waiting for you today, and many others are too, at Country Mart, Highway 3272 East here in Salem. They're here to help you save, open 7 days a week. We got music on the way from Luke Combs, some Garth and Luke Bryan. We got a couple of Lukes in there right here at KSMO Radio, and then we got the Florida Georgia Line. They're going to tell you about some dirt. KSMO Radio.
It's a mystery where Old Spice finds its amazing scents like Himalayan sea salt, but I'm thrilled they have, because no other body wash exfoliates and moisturizes 24/7 like Old Spice Gentleman's Himalayan sea salt body wash. Now, if only there was a mountain range separating the Indian subcontinent from the Tibetan plateau where I could hide my Old Spice and keep my family from stealing it, my impossibly smooth skin would